Hello, class. The parts of Richard Ben Kramer's story, what do you think of Ted Williams now that resonated with me as a reader, were how Ben Kramer started the story off describing Ted Williams' do's and don'ts. I felt that that was a initial description of Ted Williams' personality that was going to lead into the story well. Another part of the story that resonated with me as a reader was the description of Ted Williams playing tennis, the way he was just so dominant with his opponents. He was up at 8 a.m., he was fidgety. I felt that that was a good lead into a description of his personality. In terms of his use of capital letters, he used that very well because the areas where he used the capital letters were Williams being emphatic with his personality and the way he spoke to other people, the way he told when you went to visit him, he would say, "Get in here now." As a journalist, the parts of the story that resonated with me was Ben Kramer's overall description of Ted Williams. He was very in depth in the way he described, for example, him being very keen at the sense of smoke. He would realize if someone was smoking around him and he would call them out on that. Um, Another part of the story that resonated with me as a journalist was just the way he described Williams, the behavior towards patrons in a restaurant when he went out, and how he would not necessarily accept invitations to go out even though he had stardom. I thought he gave a really in depth description of his personality and just the way he was even post retirement and his with his not getting along with the media so well during his career. I felt that as a reader, you and as a journalist, you walked away from this story knowing everything about Ted Williams, and it was just a great way to document such a illustrious career and someone who was so profound outside of playing baseball. Also, the fact that he was in the military, successful. He was just an overall successful person, and it was an extremely good read for me.